ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरून् श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3 chapter 10 text 21. Tirascham Ashtama Sargah Soshta Vimshad Vido Matah Avido Bhuri Tamaso Grana Gananya Hridi Abedinah. The eighth creation is that of the lower species of life, and they are of different varieties, numbering 28. They are all extensively foolish and ignorant. They know their desirables by smell, but are unable to remember anything within the heart. Purport. In the Vedas, the symptoms of the lower animals are described as follows. Ate thare sham pashunah asanabhipase eva vivijnanam na vijnatam vadanti na vijnatam pashyanti na vidu swashtanam न लोकाविधि यद्वा भूरितमसो बहुरुषः घ्राणेनैव जानन्ति हृदयं प्रतिस्वप्रियं वस्तु एव विन्दति भोजनं शयनादि अर्थं गृह्णन्ति. Lower animals have knowledge only of their hunger and thirst. They have no acquired knowledge, no vision. Their behavior exhibits no dependence on formalities. Extensively ignorant, they can know their desirables only by smell, and by such intelligence only can they understand what is favorable and unfavorable. Their knowledge is concerned only with eating and sleeping. Therefore, even the most ferocious lower animals such as tigers can be tamed simply by regulating, supplying meals and accommodations for sleep. Only snakes cannot be tamed by such an arrangement. Okay, text 22. Gaurajo Mahishah Krishna Sukaro Gavayo Ruruhu Dvi Sap Dvisaphaha Pashavascheme Avir Ustrascha Sattama. O purest Vidra, of the lower animals, the cows, goat, buffalo, Krishna stag, means like black stag, and then hog, Gavaya animals, deer, lamb, and camel, all have cloven hooves. Karo swataro gauraha sharabas tatha ethe chaika sapahakshattah shrinu pancha pashun. The horse, mule, ass, gaura, shabara bison, and wild cow all have only one hoof. Um, Now you may hear from me about the animals who have five nails. Okay. Swashrigalo, Vrikavyagaro, Marjaraha, Shallakau, Simmaha, Kapir, Gajaha Kurmo, Goda Cha Makaradayah. Okay, the dog, jackal, tiger, fox, cat, rabbit, sajaru, lion, monkey, elephant, tortoise, alligator, gosap, uh, gosapa, etc. all have 5 nails in their claws. They are known as panchanaka, or animals having 5 nails. Kankagradabakasyena basa balluka barhinaha hamsa sarasa chakrava chakra Chakrahva Kako Lukadaya Kagaha. The heron, vulture, uh, crane, hawk, basa, balluka, peacock, swan, sarasa, chakravaka, crow, owl, and others are the birds. So many of these things doesn't have an English name. English equivalent is not there. So it is mentioned in this way. Okay. अर्वाक्स्रोतस्तु नव नवमः क्षत्तरेकविदो नृणां रजोदिखा कर्मपरा दुःखे च सुखमानिनः. The creation of the human beings who are of one species only and who stock their eatables in the belly is the ninth or in the rotation. In the human race, the mode of passion is very prominent. Humans are always busy in the midst of miserable life, but they think themselves happy in all respects. Okay, so human beings is mentioned in a very unique way. The creation of human beings who are of one species only, who stock their eatables in the belly. So those who can stock the eatables in the belly, so they are called human race. Okay, so the prominence is of mode of passion, and then they are always busy amidst the miserable life. So passion means immediately that is accompanied by misery. Hmm. Okay. Purport: the human being is more passionate than the animals, and thus the sex life of human being is more irregular. The animals have their due time for sexual intercourse, but the human being has no regular time for such activities. The human being is endowed with a higher advanced stage of consciousness for getting relief from material existence of the relief from the existence of material miseries. But due to his ignorance, he thinks that his higher consciousness is meant for advancing in the material comforts of life. Thus, his intelligence is misused in the animal propensities of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating instead of spiritual realizations. By advancing in material comforts, the human being puts himself into a more miserable condition, but illusioned by material energy, he always thinks himself happy, even while in the midst of misery. Such misery of human life is distinct from the natural, comfortable life enjoyed even by the animals. Hmm. So human beings more miserable than the animals. Now that's mentioned here. Text 27. Vaikritastarya evaite deva sargascha sattama vaikarikastu ya proktah kaumarastu tubaya tubayatmakah. O good Vidura, these last three creations and the creation of the demigods, the 10th creation, are Vaikruta creations, which are different from the previously described Prakruta, natural creations. The appearance of the Kumaras is both. No, it's Vaikruta and Prakruta both. Okay, text 28 and 29. Deva sargas chashtavido vibhuda pitaro suraha gandharvapsaras sara siddha yaksha rakshamsi charanah bhuta preta pishachascha vidyadhara kinnradayah dashaithe vidurakyatha sargaste vishvas shrikritaha. The creation of the demigods is of eight varieties. So the demigods, the forefathers, the asuras or the demons, the gandharvas and the apsaras or angels, the yakshas and rakshasas, the siddha charana and vidyadharas, the bhutas, pretas and pishachas, and the superhuman beings, celestial singers, etc. All are created by Brahma, the creator of the universe. So here we see that it is not just the creation. No, only good is created by the god, and then know why there is bad is there. If god is there, then why there is bad is there, and things like that. So here we can very clearly see that even if god is there, no, there is no, god is the one who's like making all this, even the source of all these bad things also. So both good and bad comes from the Lord. That is the Vaishnava Siddhanta. So that is Janma Adyasya Yatonmaya Ditaratas Charteshva Vigneswara. Right. So all this creation, maintenance, destruction, everything comes from him. And he is the knower of everything directly or indirectly. So evil means that which is separated from the Lord is evil, and that which is in sync with the Lord is the auspicious thing, or is the good thing, right? So in that way, like we see that from devatas to pishachas, bhutas, pretas, everything is created by the Lord. Here, by the agency of Lord Brahma. Okay, purport. As explained in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Siddhas are inhabitants of Siddhaloka, where the residents travel in space without vehicles. At their mere will, they can pass from one planet to another without difficulty. Therefore, in the upper planets, the inhabitants are far superior to the inhabitants of this planet in all matters of art, culture, science, since they possess brains superior to those of human beings. The spirits and jinns mentioned in this connection are also counted amongst the demigods because they are able to perform uncommon functions not possible for men. So basically, like those entities which are there, beyond the category of, or they have more powers than the human beings, they are categorized as the demigods. But then, now it is a wide category, so which includes all the bhutas, pretas, and things like that. Okay, text 30. Atha param pravakshami vamshan manvantarani cha evam rajapluta shrishta kalpadishvatma burharihi srijattamoha sankalpa atmaivatmanam. Now I shall describe the descendants of the Manus. The creator Brahma, as the incarnation of the passion mode of the personality of Godhead, creates the universal affairs with unfailing desires in every millennium by the force of Lord's energy. Purport. The cosmic manifestation is an expansion of one of the many energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The creator and the created are both emanations from the Supreme Truth, as stated in the beginning of Bhagavatam Janmadhyashatha. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purport of the third canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Divisions of the Creation. So now we will enter. Now, the previous chapter was more of a list of items that was there in different species of life and things like that. And now we are going to see this very interesting concept, that is the calculation of time from the atom. This is so text 1. Maitreya Uvacha Charamasad Vishesha Visheshanam Aneko Samyutah Sada Paramanuhu Sa Vijñeyo Nrinam Aikya Brahmo Yatah. The material manifestations of ultimate particle, which is invisible and not formed into a body, is called the atom. It exists always as an invisible identity, even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man. So now we see that it's so wonderful. Like, this Srimad Bhagavatam is not anywhere lesser than the science books that we have. So it talks about the atom and the most elementary portion, or the basic building block of the whole material creation. And this is there, like, and then we will see that how the time is calculated, from this point. So there's very, very scientific description is there. Purport. The atomic description of Srimad Bhagavatam is almost the same as the modern science of atomism, and this is further described in the Paramanuvada of Kannada. Kannada is one of the philosophers. So Jaimini, Kannada, all these people are different philosophers. They have given these Sankhya, then what is that, logic, Nyaya, and the six darshanas that are there: Sankhya, Nyaya, then what is it, Vaisheshika, then Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, and things like that. So we have Uttara Mimamsa as the this one Vedanta Sutras. So like this, these are all different darshanas or different philosophies that existed in the Vedic times. So these philosophies, they may not be like completely devotional philosophies, but then even the Vedic thinkers, they had different kinds of philosophies like this. And these philosophers, they used to have a very, very amazing idea of the material creation. They can be equated to the modern day scientists, right? So this Paramanuvada, that is like expounded by Kanla. So he's one of the philosophers in that. So in modern science also, the atom is accepted as the ultimate indivisible particle of which the universe is composed. Srimad Bhagavatam is the full text of all descriptions of knowledge, including the theory of atomism. The atom is the minute, subtle form of eternal time. Okay, so here we see that the atom is the minute, subtle form of the eternal time. Okay, text 2. Sata eva padartasya swarupa vastitasya yat kaivalyam parama mahan avishesho nirantaraha. Atoms are the ultimate state of manifest universe. When they stay in their own forms without forming different bodies, they are called unlimited oneness. There are certainly different bodies in physical forms, but the atoms themselves form the complete manifestation. Okay. Text 3. Evam kalopi anumitah saukshmye staulye cha sattama samstana bhuktya bhagavan avyakto vyakta bhuvibhuhu. One can estimate time by measuring the movement of the atomic combination of bodies. Time is the potency of the Almighty Personality of Godhead Hari, who controls all physical movements, although he is not visible in the physical world. So you can see that this is one can estimate the time by measuring the movements of the atomic combination of bodies. So by the movement of the atom, like there is calculation of this time, and this time potency is one of the energies of the Lord, and he controls the movements of everything that is happening in this world. Brahmayan sarva bhutani and prarudani maya. So that is one. So similar to that is this shloka. Sa kalah paramanurvai yo bhungte paramanutam sato vishesha bhugyastu sa kalah paramo mahan. Atomic time is measured according to its covering a particular atomic space. That time which covers the unmanifest aggregate of atoms is called the great time. Purport: time and space are two correlative terms. Time is measured in terms of its covering a certain space of atoms. Standard time is calculated in terms of movement of the sun. The time covered by the sun in passing over an atom is calculated as atomic time. The greatest time of all covers the entire existence of the non-dual manifestation. All the planets rotate and cover space, and space is calculated in terms of atoms. Each planet has its particular orbit for rotating, in which it moves without deviation. And similarly, the sun has its orbit. The complete calculation of the time of creation, maintenance, and dissolution, measured in terms of circulation of the total planetary systems until the end of creation, is known as the supreme Kala, Mahakal. So Mahakal means like the total time of existence of this no creation, maintenance, and destruction, right from creation to destruction. So that is like the bigger or the supreme Kala, Mahakala. And then we see that the atomic time is measured based on the sun's the time taken by the sun to move over an atom. So that is the atomic time. Text 5. Anurvav paramanusyat trasarenus trayasmritah jalarka rasmi avagatah kam evanu patan agat. The division of gross time is calculated as follows. 2 atoms make 1 double atom, and 3 double atoms make 1 hexa atom. This hexaatom is invisible in the sunshine. If this hexaatom is visible in the sunshine, which enters through the holes of a window screen. One can clearly see the hexaatom goes up towards the sky. Okay. So this is like, now two atoms is double atoms and three double atom is hexaatom. That means six atoms together is, it makes it somewhat visible to the human eyes. No? Okay, purport. The atom is described as an invisible particle, but when six such atoms combine together, they are called Trishrenu, and this is visible in the sunshine pouring through the holes of a window screen. Okay, text 6. Trishrenu Trikam Bhungte Yakalahasa Trutismrutaha Shata Bhagastu Vedaha Vedahasyat Taistribistu Lavasmruta. So this is all like, Trishranu, three times. It's like Truti, there is Truti that is there, and Veda that is there, and Lava that is there. So there are like different definitions of time, like different measurements of time. Okay, the time duration needed for the integration of three Trishranus is called Truti, and 100 Trutis make one Veda, and three Vedas make one Lava. Now we have heard that Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi, like, no, uh, Sarva Siddhi Hoy, no, it is like even a fraction of a second, no, even Lava is one fraction of a second. So, and that is, what is it? The measurement is like very nicely given. So from the basic units onwards. Purport. It is calculated that if a second is divided into 1687.5 parts, each part is the duration of a Truti, which is the time occupied in the integration of 18 atomic particles. Such a combination of atoms into different bodies create the calculation of material time. The sun is the central point for calculating all different durations. Okay, text 7. निमेषस्त्रीलवो ज्ञेय आम्नातस्ते त्रयक्षणः क्षणान् पञ्चविदु काष्ठां लघुथा दश पञ्च च. Okay. The duration of time of three lovers is equal to one nimisha. No, that is like no, one nimisha is okay. So the combination of three nimishas makes one kshana, and five kshanas combined together make one kashta, and 15 kashtas make one lagu. Okay. By calculation, it is found that one lagu is equal to 2 minutes. The atomic calculation of time in terms of Vedic wisdom may be converted into present time with this understanding. Okay. So lagu is of 2 minutes. So here nimisha is not exactly the nimisha that that we talk about. So here it's a little different calculation. Three lava is one nimisha, and then like combinations of three nimisha is one kshana, and then like we tell, right, no, the kshana is something like which is sometimes used in some of our Indian languages. So, and then there is this five kshanas is like one kashta, and 15 kashtas make one lagu. Hmm. Okay, laguni vai samam nata dasa panchana nadika te dve muhurtah praharah shad yamah saptavarnam. 15 lagus make one nadika, which is also called as which is also called a danda. So two dandas make one muhurta, and so muhurta, like, no, everybody knows this word muhurta, which is often used in Vedic. This one, like, we have to see the right muhurta for doing the thing. So this is like calculation comes from here, and six or seven dandas make one fourth of a day or night according to human calculation. So this in the previous days, like, people used to calculate based on dandas. So like if we see that six or seven danda makes 1/4 of a day. So there is like 4 different parts that is there. Now, like the two parts of what is it? The day, the early morning part, and then the late night part, and then there is one midday part, and then one proper night part. So like that, no, we have the 4 parts, 4 dandas are there. Okay, and then text 9, Dvadasha, the द्वादशार्धफलोन्मानं चतुर्भिश्चतुर् अङ्गुलैः स्वर्णमासै कृतच्छिद्रं यावत् पृष्ठजलप्लुतम्. The measuring pot of for one nadika or danda can be prepared with a 6 palm weight, 14 ounce pot of copper in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 masha and measuring 4 fingers long. When the pot is placed on water, the time before the water flows in the pot is called one danda. Okay, so the time before water overflows in the pot is called one danda. So this is like a technical way of measuring, how the time is measured in the previous days. Like they didn't have the quartz clock and things like that. So they had some way to measure the atomic time, and then from there they can actually make that um, like expansion to further classifications. Purport: it is advised herein that the bore in the copper measure pot must be made with a probe weighing not more than 4 masha and measuring not longer than 4 fingers. This regulates the diameter of the hole. The pot is submerged in water and the overflooding time is called a danda. This is another way of measuring the duration of danda. Just as time is measured by sand in a glass, it appears that in the days of Vedic civilization, there was no dearth of knowledge in physics, chemistry, or higher mathematics. Measurements were calculated in different ways as simply as could be done. Text 10. Yamas chatvaras chatvaro martyanam ahani ube pakshaha panchadashahani shuklaha krishnascha manada. It is calculated that there are 4 praharas which are called yamas in the day and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black. No, Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. So this is like two this ones. So in fact, whenever we say any appearance day, disappearance day of anybody, so we say that okay, it is on the Margashiras Mas and Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha like that. So there is one fortnight is called Shukla Paksha, it's white fortnight, and another fortnight is called black fortnight. So the waxing fortnight is called the white fortnight, and the waning fortnight is called black fortnight, like that. So it is based on the movements of the moon. This is calculated. Okay, text 11. तयो समुच्चयो मासः पितॄणां तद् अहर्निशं द्वौ थाव ऋतु सद् अयनं dakshinam chotaram divi. The aggregate of 2 fortnights is 1 month, and that period is 1 complete day and night for the Pita planets. For 2 of such months comprise 1 season, and 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of the sun from south to north. So this we see that Uttarayana means movement of sun from the south to north. So the sun has an orbit, and in that orbit, it is not a like one single thread orbit. No, it has a range of orbit. So the orbit varies from south to north. Actually, it's you can imagine like a discus. No, a huge discus is there, and then in the disk there is inner diameter or inner periphery is there, and outer periphery is there. So the sun moves from inner periphery, and as it is revolving, it gradually goes to the outer periphery, and that gradual movement of sun from inner periphery to outer periphery, when it is going around, so that is that makes Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. No, when it goes from inner periphery to outer periphery, it is Uttarayana, and then outer to inner, it is Dakshinayana. So that is how the different variations of seasons are brought about in the earthly planet. So because of the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana concept. So, and here we see that uh, two fortnights is one complete day and night for Pita planets. That means the Pitruloka. So there is in when like in the Sukla Paksha it is day and Krishna Paksha it is night, something like that. So it actually happens in that way. So and for the demigods, it is 6 months of our period. That Uttarayana is the like daytime for the demigods, and Dakshinayana is the night time for the demigods. So in this way, like we have different planets experiencing different day and night. It is not the same day and night that we are experiencing in this planet. So based on the angle in which they are present and altitude in which they are present, so they have different experiences of day and night. Hmm. Okay. अन्ये चाहनी प्राहुर्वत्सरो द्वादश स्मृतः संवत्सरशतं नृणां like paramayur nirupitam. Two solar movements make one day and night of the demigods. That solar movements means Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So that makes one day and night of the demigods. And that combination of day and night is one complete calendar year for the human being. Because Uttarayana and Dakshinayana is 6 months, it becomes one calendar year. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years. The human beings have a maximum duration of 100 years. Text 13. गृहर्षतारचक्रस्थः परमानावादिना जगत् संवत्सरावसानेन पर्येत्य अनिमिषो विभुः. Influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by eternal Kala. Purport. In Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the sun is the eye of the Supreme Lord. The sun is the eye of the Supreme and it rotates in its particular orbit. Now it is mentioned as Yet Chakshuresa Savita Sakala Grahanam. So, like Yet Chakshur means eyes. No, Savita means the sun. Yet Chakshuresha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rasesha Teja. So, like this is Akila Grahanam Raja. No, this is the king of all the planets is the sun, and Raja Samasta Suramurti Ashesha Teja. No, there is no. It is not going to exhaust. The sun's power is not going to exhaust. No, it is Asesha Teja. No, Raja Samasta Suramurti Rasesha Teja. Yashyagya Brahmati Sambrata Kala Chakro. So we have just seen that the sun, the movement of the sun is the basic way of calculating the time. So the time is calculated based on the movement of sun over a particular atom. So that gives the atomic time, and from there the whole list of calculation of time we have seen. So this is how is the sun moving and how this Kala Chakra is made to start and like be present. It is Yashyagnyaya. So by the instruction of the Supreme Lord, Yashagyeya Sambriti Kala Chakro, Sambrita Kala Chakro, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So that's the sloka that Prabhupada is like mentioning here. In Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the sun is the eye of the Supreme and it rotates in a particular orbit of time. No? Yashagyeya Sambrita Kala Chakro. So similarly, beginning from the sun down to the atom, all bodies are under the influence of Kala Chakra or the orbit of eternal time. And each of them has a scheduled orbital time of one samvatsara. So that means no every entity they live for 1 year. Sorry, one samvatsara means like 100 years. And for every entity, the 100 years varies. Just like in the Pitruloka, we saw that one Sukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha makes one day and night. And in the same way, for the demigods, we saw that one Uttarayana and Dakshinayana makes one day and night. So in the same way, like no different living entities on different planets experience different scale of day and night, but their basic time is no one samvatsara, no one this one year, no. So in Telugu language we call like some what is that? Some what do we call in Telugu language? Something similar to this, right? Samvatsara, Samsram, like that, no? So Samvatsara Parivatsara Ida Vatsara Evacha Anuvatsaro Vatsarascha Viduraivam Prabhashyate. There are 5 different names for the orbits of the sun, moon, stars, and luminaries in the uh, uh, firmament, and they each have their own samvatsara. Purport: the subject matters of physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, time, and space dealt with in the above verses of Srimad Bhagavatam are certainly very interesting to the students of the particular subject. But as far as we are concerned, we cannot explain them very thoroughly in terms of technical knowledge. The subject is summarized by the statement that above all the different branches of knowledge is the supreme control of Kala, the plenary representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing exists without him, and therefore everything, however wonderful it may appear to our meager knowledge, is but the work of the magical wand of the Supreme Lord. As far as the time is concerned, we beg to subjoin herewith a table of timings in terms of the modern clock. So that is one Truti is 8 by 13,500 seconds, and one Veda is 8 by 135 seconds, one Lava is 8 by 45 seconds, and one Nimisha is 8 by 15 seconds, and then one Kshana is 8 by 5 seconds, and one Kashta is 8 seconds, and one Lagu is 2 minutes, and one Danda is 30 minutes, and one Prahara is 3 hours, and one day is 12 hours and one night is 12 hours. And then one paksha is 15 days. So two pakshas comprise 1 month, and 12 months comprise one calendar year, or one full orbit of the sun. A human being is expected to live up to 100 years. That is the way of controlling measure of eternal time. The Brahma Samhita 552 affirms this control in this way: Yat Chakshur Esha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rasesha Tejah Yashadhyaya Brahmati Samvrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord, the Supreme. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, under whose control even the sun, which is considered to be the eye of the Lord, rotates within the fixed orbit of eternal time. The sun is the king of all planetary systems and has unlimited potency in heat and light. Okay, text 15. Yashrajya Shaktim Urudoch Urudoch Vasayan Swashaktya Pumso Brahmaya Divida Vatibhuta Bedaha Kalakyaya Gunamayam Krutavir Vitanvam Tasmai Balim Harata Vatsara Panchakaya. O Vidura, the sun enlivens all living entities with his unlimited heat and light. He diminishes the duration of life of all living entities in order to release them from their illusion of material attachment. So every setting and rising of the sun, the duration of the life of a person is reducing. Okay. Mm. He diminishes the duration of life of all living entities in order to release them from their illusion of material attachment, and he enlarges the path of elevation to the heavenly kingdom. He thus moves in the firmament which with great velocity, and therefore everyone should offer him respects once every 5 years with all ingredients of worship. So Surya Puja is mentioned here. Okay, text 16. Vidura Vacha Pitrudeva Manushyanam Ayuk Param Idam Smritam Paresham Gatim Achakshva Yeshuhu Kalpad Bahir Vidaha. Vidura said, I now understand the life duration of the residents of the Pita planets and heavenly planets, as well as that of the human beings. Now kindly inform me of the duration of life of those greatly learned living entities who are beyond the range of a kalpa. Purport: the partial dissolution of the universe that takes place at the end of Brahma's day does not affect all the planetary systems. The planets of highly learned living entities like the sages Sanaka and Bhrigu are not affected by the dissolution of the millenniums. All the planets are of different types and each is controlled by a different Kala Chakra or schedule of eternal time. The time of the Earth planet is not applicable to other more elevated planets. Therefore, Vidura here inquires about the duration of life on other planets. Text 17. Bhagavan Veda Kalasya Gatim Bhagavato Nanu Vishvam Vichakshate Dira Yoga Raddena Chakshusa. O spiritually powerful one, you can understand the movements of eternal time, which is the controlling form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because you are a self-realized person, you can see everything by the power of mystic vision. Purport. Those who have reached the highest perfectional stage of mystic power and can see everything in the past, present, and future are called Trikalagnyas. Similarly, the devotees of the Lord can see everything clearly that is in the revealed scriptures. The devotees of Lord Sri Krishna can very easily understand the signs of Krishna as well as the situation of the material and spiritual creations without difficulty. Devotees do not have to endeavor for any yoga siddhi or perfection in mystic powers. They are competent to understand everything by the grace of the Lord, who is sitting in everyone's heart. Okay. Text 18. Maitreya Uvacha Kritam Treta Dvaparam Cha Kalischeti Chaturyugam Divyair Vadashabhir Varshaihi Svad Savadhanam Nirupitam. Maitreya said, O Vidura, the 4 millenniums are called the Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. The aggregate number of years of all these combined is equal to the 12,000 years of the demigods. So aggregate number of Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali is 4,32,000 years is Kali Yuga into 10 is the aggregate total of Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. Because double of Kali Yuga is Dwapara and 3 times of Kali Yuga is Treta and 4 times of Kali Yuga is the this one is the Satya, right? So now 1 plus 2 is what is it? 3, and then 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 4 is 10. So like 4,32,000 years into 10. So then becomes the total calculation of one Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. Okay, purport. The years of the demigods are equal to 360 years of humankind, um, as will be clarified in the subsequent verses. 12,000 of the demigod years, including the traditional periods, which are called Yuga Sandhyas, transitional periods called Yuga Sandhyas, comprise the total of the aforementioned 4 millenniums. So now we see that there is Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, like when Dwapar Yuga ends and the Kali Yuga starts. So before Kali Yuga starts and after the Dwapar Yuga ends, there is something called Yuga Sandhya. So this Sandhi period has to be separately calculated, and with that, here it is given that 12,000 of the demigod years, including transitional periods, which are called Yuga Sandhyas, comprise the total of the aforementioned 4 millenniums. This is the how many number of years that is mentioned. This 12,000 is not human years, it is the demigod years. So that is one Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So like that. So next is, thus the aggregate of the above mentioned 4 millenniums is 43,20,000. So 4,32,000 into 10 is 43,20,000, and 12,000 into 12 also same thing. No, it will be like is it that right? 12,000 into 12. Hare Krishna. 12 into 12 is 144, but then with some other calculations of how did they arrive at this? 12,000 of the demigods years, including transitional periods, which are called Yuga Sandhyas. Sandhyas comprise a total of aforementioned 4 millenniums. Thus, the aggregate of above mentioned millenniums, above mentioned 4 millenniums is 43 lakh 20,000 years. Okay, so I'm not sure how the derivations have come. Okay, so okay, so each year, each demigod year consists of um, um, 360. Okay, so 12,000 has to be multiplied by 360 into 360. Yeah. So when we do this, 43 lakh 20,000 years. So which the same number we got when we did the calculation of 4 lakh 32,000 into 10. So that also the same. This one, the Kali Yuga's period into 10 also we can arrive at the same thing. It takes 19. Chatvari त्रीणि द्वे चैकं कृतादिषु यथाक्रमं संख्यातानि सहस्राणि द्विगुणानि शतानि च. The duration of the Satya millennium equals 4,800 years of the years of the demigods. The duration of the Treta millennium is equal to 3,600 years of the demigods. And the duration of Dwapara millennium equals to 2,400 years. And that of Kali millennium is 1,200 years of the demigods. So if you see, it is 1,200 into 2 is 2,400, 1,200 into 3 is 3,600, and 1,200 into 4 is 4,800. So everything is in this way, like the different millenniums or Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali is spaced out in this way. Okay, as aforementioned, 1 year of the demigod is equal to 360 years of the human beings. The duration of the Satya Yuga is therefore calculated as 4,800 into 360, that is 17 lakh 28,000 years. The duration of Treta Yuga is 3,600 into 360 years, that is 12 lakhs 96. And the duration of Dwapar Yuga is 2,400 into 360, that is 8 lakh 64. And the last, the Kali Yuga is 1,200 into 360 or 4 lakh 32,000 years. Okay, text 20. Sandhya 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 Sandhyam Shayor Antar Yakkalah Shata Sankhyayoh Tam Evahur Yugam Tajna Yatra Dharmo Vidiyate. The transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundred years as aforementioned, are known as the Yuga Sandhyas or conjunctions of two millenniums. According to the expert astronomers, in those periods, all kinds of religious activities are performed. Okay, so Yuga Sandhyas. So we are also in the beginning of the Kali Yuga, like it's just 5,000 years past. No, it is just the Sandhya. It is just a Sandhi period that we are there. Out of 4 lakh 32,000 years, only 5,000 years is past. So we are in the junction period only still. Okay, text 21. Dharmas chatushpan manujan krite samanu vartate sa eva Sayevanyeshva Adharmena Vyetipadena Vardhata. O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintained the principles of religion, but in other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion uh, and was proportionately admitted. So here we see that in Satya Yuga, all the four pillars of dharma was there. No, all the pillars of religion was fully there. And as the millenniums, were progressing from Satya to Treta to Dwapara to Kali, so slowly the religion is getting diminished and the proportionate irreligion is increasing. No, so the religion is getting diminished by one part, and proportionately one part of irreligion is increasing. So that is how the progression happens from Satya Yuga to Kali Yuga. In the Satya millennium, complete execution of religious principles prevailed. Gradually, the principles of religion decreased by one part in each subsequent millenniums. In other words, at present, there is one part of religion and three parts irreligion. Therefore, people in this age are not very happy. Okay. Text 22. Trilokya Yuga Sahasram Bahir Brahmano Dinam uh, Ta Tavat Tavatyeva Nishatata Yennimilati Vishvashra. Outside of the three planetary systems, Svarga, Martya, and Patal, the four yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahma. Um, a similar period comprised the night of Brahma, in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. So here we see that Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Hared Brahmano Vidu. So that same way it is mentioned here, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. So 1000 times Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. No, it goes through 1000 cycles of our human calculation. Then it is called the one day of Brahma. And equal is no one night of Brahma, and that is the time Brahma goes to sleep. So when Brahma goes to sleep in this night time, the three planetary systems below Brahmaloka are all submerged in the water of devastation. In his sleeping condition, Brahma dreams about the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and takes instructions from the Lord for the rehabilitation of the devastated area of space. So, at the time of Brahma's sleep, whatever he has created, the three worlds, lower planetary system, middle planetary system, and upper planetary system, everything is destroyed. Everything is submerged in the Garbhodaka ocean. And at that time, Brahma meditates on Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and then he gets appropriate instructions for rehabilitation of the devastated space. Okay, so we will see 2, 3 more shlokas. निशावसान आरब्धो लोककल्पनुवर्तते यावद्दिनं भगवतो मनुन् भुञ्जं चतुर्दश. After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the three worlds begins again in the daytime of Brahma, and they continue to exist through the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus, or fathers of mankind. So now we see that mm, there is this 1000 cycles of Satya, Treta, Dwapara Yuga is divided amongst 14 Manus. The 14 Manus are the kings of the mankind. No, Manu is the king of mankind. And they actually are divided, 14 different Manus are there. And when the Manu changes, then the whole host of the Devi Devatas, everybody change. No, it's like a election at the, this one, at the level of um, the demigods, no? So their election happens, 14 means 1000 cycles of Satya, Treta, Dwapara Yuga divided by 14 Manus is like each person gets somewhere around 72 cycles of Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. So that many times, like they will actually they will actually rule over the the mankind. Hmm? So okay, at the end of the life of each Manu, there are shorter dissolutions also. So the major dissolution happens when, or the major destruction happens when, at the night of Brahma, where all the three planetary systems are submerged into the Garbhodaka ocean. So, but then in the when the Manus pass, like when the Manu's government shifts, so that time a little smaller scale pralaya, kind of thing that happens, and it just affects a localized area, little in the lower planetary systems alone. Okay, so we will stop here from text 24 onwards. We will see tomorrow. So this technical phase, will get over soon, and then we will have the pastimes of Lord Varahadev and many other wonderful pastimes that will come. So Bhagavatam, has a mix of both science, philosophy, and stories and everything. It is there. So that's why it's a very, very rich book. It is not some ordinary book actually. So it covers wonderful host of topics, and all of them are introduced in a very nice perspective as these are all energies of the Lord, and these are all the wonderful activities of the Lord. So in such a way, so that's why Bhagavatam, by studying Bhagavatam, anyone can become a nice devotee of Lord Krishna. Okay, Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna.